Christmas lights sparkled in the town square as Alexander Cross walked through the holiday market. 41 years old with dark hair and a billion-dollar fortune. He wore a black coat over expensive clothes. Alone as always. His foundation was hosting a charity event. Toys for children in need. He was supposed to give a speech, smile for cameras, write a check, then leave. A small girl in a wheelchair caught his attention. Maybe 7 years old with light brown hair under a pink knit hat. Her wheelchair was decorated with stickers, colorful but worn. She sat alone near the Christmas tree, watching families pass by. Alexander approached. "Hello." The girl looked up. "Hi, I'm Alexander. What's your name?" "Ivy." "Are you here with someone, Ivy?" "My mom. She's working." Ivy pointed to a woman at a nearby booth, serving hot chocolate. Early 30s with tired eyes. She wore a thin coat. No gloves. "That's my mom. She works 3 jobs. But we still don't have much." The girl said it matter-of-factly. No shame. Just truth. "What happened to your legs?" Alexander asked, then immediately regretted it. "It's okay," Ivy said. "People always wonder." "I was born this way. Cerebral palsy. My legs don't work right. But my brain does. And my heart." Alexander smiled. "Those are the most important parts." They talked for 20 minutes. About Christmas. About wishes. About life. "What do you want for Christmas?" Alexander asked. "A new wheelchair," Ivy said immediately. "Mine is too small. My legs are growing, but the chair isn't. Mom says we'll get one someday. But insurance doesn't cover it. And it costs thousands of dollars." She looked at him seriously. "Do you know how much $1,000 is?" "I do. It's a lot." "So I'm not getting a wheelchair this year?" "Maybe next year." Something in Alexander's chest tightened. His assistant approached. "Mr. Cross, it's time for your speech." After the speech, Alexander found Ivy again. "I have an idea." "What?" "What if I helped you? Got you that wheelchair?" Ivy's eyes went wide. "Really?" "Yes." "Really?" The little girl was quiet, then said something unexpected. "Can I ask you something else instead?" "What?" "Can you adopt my mom?" Alexander stared. "What?" "Don't adopt me," Ivy said, her voice earnest. "Adopt my mom." "I don't understand." "Mom is so tired," Ivy explained. "She works all the time. She's sad when she thinks I'm not looking. She cries sometimes, because we don't have money. Because I need things she can't buy." Tears filled the girl's eyes. "If you adopt her, she'll have someone to help, someone to take care of her. Then she can take care of me. And nobody has to be sad." Alexander felt his throat close. "Ivy, that's not exactly how adoption works." "Why not?" "You have money. Mom needs help." It makes sense. The simplicity of her logic was heartbreaking. Ivy's mother approached. "Ivy, I told you not to bother people." She looked at Alexander. Recognition dawned. "Oh, God." "You're Alexander Cross. I'm so sorry. My daughter shouldn't be bothering you." "She's not bothering me," Alexander said. "We were having a conversation." "About adoption," Ivy added helpfully. Her mother's face went pale. "About what?" "I asked him to adopt you, Mom. Ivy Marie Thompson." "But, Mom, you need help." "And he's rich." "Ivy, we do not ask people for money." "I didn't ask for money," Ivy protested. "I asked him to be your husband, so you don't have to work so much." Alexander couldn't help it. He laughed. The mother, whose name he learned was Sarah, looked mortified. "I am so sorry." "Don't be," Alexander said. "Your daughter is remarkable. She's honest. Sometimes too honest." Over hot chocolate, Alexander learned their story. Sarah's husband had left when Ivy was 2, said he couldn't handle the disability, the medical bills, the responsibility. Sarah had been managing alone ever since. "I work as a nurse during the day, serve coffee in the evenings, clean offices on weekends. Ivy stays with neighbors, or comes with me when she can. It's not ideal, but we manage." "Barely," Ivy added. "Ivy," Sarah warned. "But it's true, Mom. You're always tired." "And sad." Sarah's eyes filled with tears. "I'm not sad, baby. I'm just busy. Taking care of you is the best thing in my life." Alexander watched them. Mother and daughter. Love between them obvious. but strain equally clear. He made a decision. I have a proposition. Sarah looked wary. What kind? I need someone to run my household, manage staff, coordinate schedules, basically keep my life organized. I don't understand. I'm offering you a job, Alexander said. Live-in position. Salary of $80,000. Full benefits including health insurance. Private quarters for you and Ivy, plus coverage for all of Ivy's medical needs, including a new wheelchair? Sarah stared. Why? Because your daughter asked me to help you, and she's right. You need help. I need help. This solves both problems. This is charity. This is employment, Alexander corrected. You'll earn every penny. My life is chaos. I need someone competent. Someone I can trust. He looked at her. Your daughter sees things clearly. She saw that we could help each other. Are you going to ignore that wisdom? Sarah started crying. 3 weeks later, Sarah and Ivy moved into Alexander's home. Large estate, accessible everything, ramps, wide doorways, elevator. Ivy's new wheelchair arrived the first day. Custom fitted, lightweight, bright purple. Look, Mom, Ivy said. Racing through the house, I can go fast. Sarah watched her daughter. Free, happy, for the first time in years not limited by equipment that didn't fit. Thank you, she said to Alexander. Thank you for employing me. Over the following months, Sarah proved invaluable, organized Alexander's schedule, managed his household, made his chaotic life functional. But something else was happening. They were becoming a family, dinners together. Movie nights, Ivy's homework spread across the kitchen table. I'm falling for you, Alexander admitted 6 months later. They were having coffee after Ivy went to bed. I know this complicates things. You're my employer. I don't want you to feel pressured. Sarah looked at him. I'm falling for you too. But I need to know, this isn't about Ivy. About feeling sorry for us? It's not, Alexander said. Ivy got me to notice you, but I fell for you. Your strength, your dedication, the way you love your daughter, the way you made my empty house a home. He took her hand. I don't want an employee. I want a partner, a family. 1 year after that Christmas market encounter, Alexander proposed. Not to Sarah, but to both of them. He knelt in the living room. 2 rings. Sarah, he said, will you marry me? Then turned to Ivy. And Ivy, will you let me be your dad? Both of them cried. Both said yes. At their wedding, Ivy gave a speech from her wheelchair, decorated with flowers now. Last year at the Christmas market, she said, I asked Mr. Alexander to adopt my mom. I thought that would solve everything. Everyone laughed. I was kind of right, Ivy continued. He did adopt her. And me. Now we're a family. She looked at Alexander. Thank you for listening to a girl in a wheelchair. Thank you for seeing that my mom needed help. And thank you for loving us. Both of us. Sarah spoke. When Ivy asked Alexander to adopt me, she said, I was mortified. I thought she didn't understand that you can't just ask strangers for help. She looked at her family. But she understood something I didn't. That asking for help isn't weakness. That accepting help isn't charity. That sometimes the bravest thing you can do is admit you can't do it alone. Alexander stood. A year ago, I was at a holiday market, he said. Rich. Successful. Miserable. Then a little girl in a wheelchair told me, don't adopt me. Adopt my mom. His voice broke. I laughed. But she was serious. She saw her mother struggling. She saw me alone. And she saw a solution. With the clarity only children have. He looked at his family. She was right. I did need to adopt Sarah. And Ivy. Not legally at first, but in every way that matters. Thank you, Ivy, for your impossible request, for seeing what I couldn't, for giving me a family. Years later, people would ask how they met. Alexander would smile and say, a 7-year-old asked me to adopt her mother. Sarah would add, apparently that's how you start a family. And Ivy would finish, sometimes you have to ask for the impossible. Because impossible things happen when people are brave enough to listen. Sometimes children see solutions, adults miss. Sometimes asking for help leads to everything. And sometimes a little girl in a wheelchair knows exactly what everyone needs. Before they do, if this story touched your heart, please like and share it with someone who believes in the wisdom of children and the courage to ask for help. Subscribe for more stories about unexpected families. Comment, and tell us about a time when a child's perspective solved a problem. Your story might inspire someone to listen more carefully today.